You know, when this channel first started, it was all about our RV dream. Yes, it began as a stationary dream with the idea we would have another RV that we would travel half the year in. This would allow Bob to fish in the summers, and then in the Colorado winters, we would head south and enjoy the winter months in a warmer climate to allow us to see and enjoy a multitude of this wonderful country in our senior years. That was our plan, and that was certainly the story we thought we were going to live. But the truth is, life is rarely what we plan it. And while we watch all of these wonderful RV channels, and I'm so excited for the adventures they have, a lot of us aren't able to have those types of adventures just because life happens. We all have a story to tell, and sometimes those stories impede the plans that we have or we'd like to have for our future. And that's certainly what's happened to us in the past year. This was our home. It was parked, it was settled, it was working great, and our business was working well. In fact, it was right at the time we were getting ready to sell it when COVID hit. And COVID killed the business, it killed our investment, but we were blessed because we still had our home. It was parked on wheels, but it was settled, it was paid for, and we were very happy in our stationary RV home. And then another change happened in our lives. My brother Jim, who's 10 years younger than me, had a stroke. And luckily, because he lives close to us, I was able to get to him and help take care of him right away. It's amazing how people who are single, and if they don't have a support system, then their medical care can be a very difficult journey for them. And if there isn't somebody that can help with all of the rest of their life support needs, then that can even be more devastating. And Jim was certainly in this place, except that he did have my husband Bob and I to help him. And that became a part of our life and our reality. And that changed our life too. As a family member and somebody you love, you're going to do whatever you need to do for that person. But it does change your life with the idea of traveling and enjoying the journey on the road the other half of the year. And indeed, that shift included not only us having to change our plans, but changing our home. It was in the best interest of my brother for us to move into his home in town close to the hospitals rather than living up in the mountains. And certainly this was not a place where he could recover from a stroke. So overnight, this channel had to change from being about how do you aspire to and make the appropriate successful plans to get you out on the road and starting this half-time stationary, half-time on the road journey. And that channel change then was more about how do you put your dream on hold while you care for your family member. We were very happy that as my brother recuperated and learned to live with the repercussions of his stroke, he liked the idea of maybe joining our journey, being a part of that travel in the wintertime into the southern states and really enjoying what it all has to offer. And then life threw us another curveball. I found out I have cancer. I have multiple myeloma, and it requires, at least at this stage in my treatment, consistent treatment that requires me to stay in one place, at least for now. This was another plot twist that none of us asked for, but certainly not one we could avoid. And it adds to the impediment of our journeying on the road. One of the things that I've learned, though, is while all of these things can really mess with your mind, you could get very depressed. You could go into almost those 7 stages of death where you get angry, where you get the why me's, where you get all of this coming at you and you feel very put upon. Or you can say, all right, what can I do to deal with this? And how can I allow the joy of life, aspiring to be that RV traveler, if that's what you really want? How can you live life and still make this happen? And that's what I am choosing to focus on at this point. I don't want to give up this dream of aspiring to be this RV person that enjoys being on the road. And while it can't be in my time it certainly can be something that I continue to aspire for, to work towards. It gives me something to live for. So I'm going to bring you on this journey. And one of the next stage is this big, beautiful momentum that we have and that we enjoy, that we actually love. And if things were different, we would still be living in. However, it doesn't fit in our reality anymore. It's large. It takes an appropriate amount of maintenance. It ties up a lot of money that we may need for other things, which include medical bills or day-to-day, or maybe something for the future. My health needs have changed. My energy is certainly different. The kind of travel or even stationary RV life we imagine isn't the kind of life my body can handle right now. And as much as it hurts to say it, the momentum isn't the right rig for us in this season of life. I'm not going to pretend it's easy. There's grief in letting this rig go. There's guilt, like somehow we're giving up on a dream that we all shared with you. There's disappointment and a lot of mixed feelings about whether we're quitting or we're just pivoting. We weren't just people who owned an RV, and we don't want to be. We are and want to be RV people. And saying goodbye to the momentum makes me feel like I'm saying goodbye to that version of myself. But here's what I'm slowly learning. Letting go of the momentum isn't failure. It truly is an act of wisdom. It's an act of care for my brother and for myself and for our future. It's choosing what our family needs rather than what our ego wants. Letting go of the momentum is allowing space to be created for medical bills, for a smaller RV and one that works for our limitations and our medical needs, especially space for gym, for a slower and more intentional way of living, and one day for traveling when the time is right. So what does this mean for this channel? Well, for one thing, it means I certainly named it right, because RV Retirement Redesign keeps redesigning. And thank goodness it's not over. We're still RV people. We're just redesigning once again and doing it different. We're not giving up on a dream. And if there's nothing else that you learn from this video, I hope it's not to give up on your RV dreams. You may have to pivot, you may have to readjust, but keep going. Because if you don't try, you're never going to get to that ultimate journey. If you've ever had to change your plans because of health, money issues, or family in general, this next chapter of the channel is for you. We're going to talk about disappointments and tough choices. We're going to continue talking about downsizing and adapting. And we're going to include some of these new issues into what we've shared previously. And yes, we're still going to talk about the RV life, about RV how-tos, and even future trips. It's just that the stories will be shaped through all of these things we've been through. And these are our stories, but you know you have stories too. And hopefully these will give you the encouragement to make it through your story and into and onto your journey. If you want to walk through this pivot with us, stick around. The road may look a bit different, but the journey isn't done. I am so grateful that you watched to the end of this video. Thank you so much. That helps us really get to the goals we need. We have made it to over 1,000 subscribers now, so thank you for that. But I need 4,000 watch hours in order to really get this channel monetized, and that is going to help so much towards some of these costs we're incurring. So if you want to help us out, watch our videos to the end. It really does make a difference. Like and subscribe. Share the channel with other people, especially if they're experiencing challenges and disappointments to getting to where they want to go on their RV journey. Let's build this community together. So until next time, thanks for being here. You're the best.